So movies to me growing up were really like my church on Sunday. It seemed like my escape, especially growing up, was getting to the movie theaters, and that's an escape I still love today. And as technology has gotten better, there were more and more ways for me to enjoy movies at the house. Now, certainly it doesn't replace the movie theater for me anyway, and I'm excited to get back in it once all this COVID stuff has passed. We can get somewhat back to normal. But in the meantime, I've constantly kind of strived to try to have the best setup I could have here in my house so that I can enjoy movies at home. So I was an early adopter for DVD. I was in DVD long enough to remember when there was the DivX wars. When it came to Blu-ray, I remember the Blu-ray or HD DVD battle. Now we're looking at the Ultra HD, 4K, all the streaming services. And I found myself upgrading my high definition television over time, including here recently getting an upgrade up to the LG OLED CX. And today, I'm excited to talk about the Sonos Arc. Now, I've got quite a few Sonos products here in my house already. I've had the Playbar for a handful of years. I have the Sub, I have about a half a dozen Play 1s, I have a Play 3. So, I've always been a big fan of Sonos and their product. Enough so that I bought a bunch of stock, and I gotta be honest, that was not a good buy. But I would tell you their speakers still are a good buy. So here's a quick breakdown of the Sonos Arc, released today. Here's a quick unbox and demo of the Sonos Arc. Just released today, and like all Sonos products, first of all, box is super hefty. This thing is heavy, has some good weight to it, and feels super sturdy. So whatever's gonna be in this box is not only gonna sound awesome, but it's also gonna be really high quality. Like everything Sonos, their packaging is even just the highest quality packaging you'll ever find on any kind of home theater equipment. This thing is not getting damaged in this shipping. It is not going anywhere. And here's a quick sneak peek. So quick impression out of the box is that this thing is an absolute beast. If it sounds even half as good as it looks, this thing is going to be amazing. In terms of stuff that's in the box, you have a quick startup guide. It does come with HDMI as well as an optical adapter. So if you have a TV that is not ARC compatible, then you do have the ability to use an optical cable adapter with that, and then power cord. Everything is done at the rear of the unit. So you'll have your Ethernet hookup as well as your cable hookups are in the side for both the power as well as the HDMI. Thing is gorgeous. So when you look at the difference between the Arc and the Playbar, a couple of things. Controls are all on the top, and then it is microphone enabled, which is also at the top, but it keeps things really clean. When you take a look at the Playbar, the controls are always on the side and kind of awkward. Another thing that's always bugged me, and you'll notice here, I did this on purpose, is the Playbar would get dusty, right? It just kind of gets some dust, gets pet hair or whatever's flying around gets on it. And honestly, that's always kind of bugged me. I'd have to turn around and, vacuum the speaker, when we'd just be vacuuming the room. So I did this on purpose. I swear our house is clean, but I did it on purpose just for a basis of comparison because it's going to be way easier to dust off and keep clean the Sonos Arc. So next up, we'll go ahead and get this thing plugged in. And before I do, just as an idea of size difference too, just to slide it over, you're talking good difference in the length. So keep that in mind. It does have the ability, like the Playbar, to be mounted. It does have brackets and everything on the back, so it can be mounted to the wall. Mine is going to be done on a TV stand. So setting up the Arc was pretty easy. It took about, probably 10 to 15 minutes in total. That's a chance to not only get it all hooked up, but to sync it to my phone and then resync the Sub and the surrounds as well. So probably about 10 to 15 minutes, and it was easy to get set up, super easy to resync, and like most Sonos products, they do a good job of walking you through how to get it running. So next up is the demo, and then I'm gonna do a quick comparison demo on the Playbar as well. So I hope it helps, and we'll see where it goes.
The most advanced cinematic technology you've ever experienced begins. This is Dolby Atmos. The number of speakers around you no longer matters, because this is the world's first object-based cinematic audio. With powerful moving audio that transcends from channels to around you with pinpoint accuracy.
So a couple of observations just right off the bat is the, audio is fuller overall. I don't hear a ton in the very rear. Certainly I can hear a good surround on the lefts and the rights, and there's a good progression around. It does a good job of simulating as if there was a rear center, but it's not super full in the back, but still much more full than the Playbar that I'll demo here in just a moment. The other thing I appreciate about the Arc is that since it is HDMI and it's Arc connected, it now connects to my new LG OLED. I've got a CX currently, and it was always annoying having to switch between remotes. So it's nice knowing that I can have just the one remote that'll do everything really on the TV, other than when I change over to other inputs. So it's a nice overall quality, absolutely digging it, feel it's worth the money, and definitely is just a good solid piece of equipment that I'd expect from Sonos. All right, so you've seen a quick breakdown of the Sonos Arc, and this next section here is going to be the same scene using the Sonos Playbar. Now keep in mind, I am filming with my phone, and even though Apple may think it does, it's not the same as being in my living room. So, just use it for a quick comparison. It's just more of a chance to kind of see and get kind of an idea of maybe a performance difference, but please realize it's not a true demo. And at the end of the day, the other thing to remember is that the Sonos Playbar is not Dolby Atmos ready. So, the sound is going to be different, and that's part of why you're probably watching this and why you're thinking about spending $800 on a new speaker. So hope this helps a little bit, and thanks again for watching.
The most advanced cinematic technology you've ever experienced begins. This is Dolby Atmos. The number of speakers around you no longer matters, because this is the world's first object-based cinematic audio. With powerful moving audio that transcends from channels to moving around you with pinpoint accuracy.